late in the second quarter, he developed a headache, which I think all of us here would have a headache if we got drilled in the chin by a helmet. So for precautionary purposes, we took him out of the game because you don't know if that means it's more severe than just a headache or not. We don't know anything more than that other than he has a headache. And he'll be evaluated tonight and tomorrow and probably the next day just to make sure everything's okay.
Tim, doesn't that kind of say a lot about your club? As soon as Buck got hurt, you had really good momentum in the second quarter, and then the game was over as soon as you came back on it after half without him. It's hard to play without your starting quarterback.
Well, there's always a reason why a guy's a starter, and certainly Buck gives us a lot when he's in there. The good thing was I thought defensively we continued to play hard the whole game. I think even to the very, very end our guys played with a lot of pride. And the other thing, too, is we can't drop balls when we have guys wide open, the ball's delivered to them, and that's not the quarterback's fault. But we did have way too many turnovers. I think we were in scoring position several times, and 4 times we turned the ball over. So, some of that's the quarterback and some of it isn't.
What about penalties in the first quarter? Do you think those penalties reflected badly on your defense, or were some of those penalties perhaps unjustified?
If I were to say it was unjustified, I'd get fined. So I'll leave it at that.
Tim, you'd said last week after Brandon Stewart took a bad penalty that if that happened again, you had other defensive backs that could play. Did that happen again tonight in the first quarter?
You're talking about the
Objectionable conduct?
Yeah. Well, the officials said that a certain DB said something in a derogatory manner, and he claimed he didn't. And another DB said, I never heard him say it either. So I don't know.
Tim, going forward, I know that it's obviously too early regarding Buck, and you have a long week, which work and to this team's advantage with it. But is there any thought that maybe you guys need to change how you approach practices with first team reps or anything like that to get guys like Joey or Alex or whoever more reps?
Part of the problem is there just aren't that many reps in a practice. In a professional practice, the offense is maybe getting 30 repetitions in a course of a practice. So the backup quarterback is getting probably 8 of those. Okay, so it's really not that many, and it's just the way it is. I mean, that's the way it is in the NFL as well.
The BC Lions made a determination that they couldn't move forward with Buck because they didn't know when he was going to be able to play and when he wasn't. I think it's 23 of his 60 starts now he's left due to injury with the Blue Bombers. As a head coach, can you go forward with him?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's the best quarterback we have. And so I don't know how many quarterbacks could have taken that hit and not gone out of the game.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
How many times he suffers fluke injuries, how frustrating and angering is it to lose him that way?
Well, it's obviously frustrating, but, I thought the way our offensive line has been playing, that they've kept the quarterback pretty clean for the most part. And, we've told Buck we don't really want him scrambling, that he's to live to play another day. So in that respect, I thought a lot of those fluke injuries would have less of a chance of occurring. Right. So,
what did you think of the hit?
Obviously, it was flagged, and it should have been. I know I was asked a question whether I thought it was guys were targeting Buck, and I don't think so. I mean, I saw Scott Milanovic and Chris Jones, the defensive coordinator, just ripping that guy on the sideline afterwards. So, first of all, I don't think it's being emphasized that people go after him, and I don't think he intentionally meant to. I mean, I saw the kid, and he kept thinking it was a clean hit all the way, which, questions how smart he is.
Were you aware of his history from this season? Isaacs about his fine earlier this year for cheap shots on?
No, I wasn't.
You weren't, so you didn't, it's not like you told your team to look out for him or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
You said you want your team to be competitive. Were you competitive tonight?
Well, did we put forth effort and did we care? Yes, we did. Like I said, you can't turn the ball over that many times, and you can't drop that many passes, and you can't have that many penalties. I mean, some of those penalties were, they're a reaction to Buck getting hit. And so, I mean, I don't condone them, but I see why they happen.